who will be paying the price for it?
I think everyone in Thailand. I think that is a lesson, a difficult and expensive lesson for all the Thai citizens, that we have to bear in mind that this is a painful process of our development of democracy. We are in the process of reaching a maturity, and reaching a maturity means that we will have to go through this painful process of how we can bridge the differences, how we can argue the differences in the due process of law in the framework of the democracy, namely in Parliament. You can do it on the street, but there must be a limit and responsibility. I'd like to invite our Thai citizens to see a good example in Belgium, where there are differences clearly between people in different parts of Belgium, but their differences do not become violent. They do not resort to violence to overcome their differences, and this is something we have to learn from other countries. Other countries have gone through painful process, and I think we need to realize that enough is enough for the losses of life or the resort to violence, and we better try to bring back this good sense in Parliament, and even on the street we must have a limit to the proportion of what is clearly under the constitutional framework of the freedom of expression and the fundamental right of other people who are affected by the protesters.
Mm-hmm. We already discussed the role of Europe in this situation, but is there any involvement as well of the Asian countries?
Pardon?
Is there any involvement of fellow Asian countries?
No, the ASEAN countries have expressed concern. We appreciate this legitimate concern. They have shown confidence in the Thai government in handling our internal affairs, and we have assured them that this is our internal affairs and we are capable of handling it. Yeah. So we express our appreciation to the concerns to our friends around the world, and we know that there have been the sentiments of understanding and support, and we will continue to find settlement within different parties in Thailand. If I have to stress, the government had offered this 5-point roadmap and is willing to address the grievances of the protesters. The protesters have genuine grievances, and they have elevated these grievances to the attention of the Thai public, and the Thai public understands it, and there must be ways to address these grievances. So let's do it in the democratic way.
Yeah. You've been ambassador now in Brussels since 2004, so you have served under different administrations and different colors. Can you briefly explain the important differences in the way of red or yellow camps view the Thai society?
Well, I served over the past 3 years under 4 prime ministers. The first prime minister was a caretaker appointed by the military after the coup. So his most important task was to hold an election, and he did successfully less than a year after the coup, paving the way for the other 2 elected governments who have sympathetic views towards former prime minister. So their political agenda had been those of the sympathetic and supportive for the former prime minister who was ousted by the coup. The current prime minister was supported by some of the coalition party which switched vote in Parliament in December 2008. So Prime Minister Abhisit came to his office through a democratic means, like in any other Westminster type parliamentary democracy, and he had clearly announced the emphasis on the national reconciliation he had the external economic crisis to handle, and he handled, I must say, very well with his economic stimulus package. Our the economic figures have been very, very impressive so far, with the expected growth rate between 3.5 to 4.5% this year. The last quarter of last year, we already saw the positive growth rate. Unemployment, inflation all under control. International tourists returned to normal 14 million figure until we had this recent unrest. So economically, the government has been very successful. Domestically, obviously, the government will have to do more in order to bring those people who are not happy with government policy. That's why the Prime Minister offered this 5-point roadmap. That's why the Prime Minister even make a major concession to call an early election when he does not have to until the end of next year.